Happy holidays, everyone. Nathan down here at the Gold Cove. My producer, Caleb, has informed me that, good morning, Caleb, that I have to do a video today. So we're gonna do a video. It's gonna be very informative. And as you've noticed, the video is titled, Why Not to Buy Gold. All right. Now, I'm not gonna do real well in this business running around telling everyone not to buy gold. But there are times when customers are in here and I'm thinking, and I even tell them, this probably is not for you. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the reasons you should buy gold, some of the reasons people buy gold, and there are plenty of circumstances why you should not buy gold. There are people out there, you'll read on the internet, a certain percentage, you should hold a certain percentage of your wealth in gold. You know, some people would say it's 10%, 5%, 20%. There are wealthy people that I know intimately that have never owned any gold and they've been just fine. But today I'm gonna pretend as if you're a new customer and talk a little bit about gold and why you should own it and why you shouldn't own it. So if you come in to my shop and you're like, hey, I'm brand new at this and my second cousin's been telling me about gold, or I've been seeing things, podcasts and things, I should buy some gold. What do you say? And so I first figure out, like, why do you want to buy gold, right? And how much money are you working with for gold? And so an ideal customer to buy gold is probably someone that doesn't necessarily love to send all their money to Wall Street and invest in stocks in the stock market. So if you are not super savvy with making money with your money, and you might be considered a saver, then you should be saving in gold. Anybody that saves in cash is guaranteed to lose. Guaranteed strong, but likely to lose, almost guaranteed. So if you're just saving, you know, I've had contractors over the years and they'll just save cash, and you should probably save gold instead of cash. See, saving cash is a guarantee almost. It's a guarantee to lose. Saving gold is not going to be a guarantee to win, but you are giving yourself a chance. Historically, it will rise and will keep your money even. I like to use an example. If you put $50,000 in a shoebox 10 years ago, you could probably buy a top-of-the-line pickup truck with all the bells and whistles. Today, that $50,000 would not buy you a top-of-the-line pickup truck. It would, I think pickups now, the nice ones, maybe a dually, a diesel, a Denali, the high end, you know, 80, 90, almost 100 grand. And so if you put 50,000 in gold back then, 10 years forward, you can sell that gold and buy a high-end pickup truck still. I don't know why I use that analogy. People like to use gas and bread and all the other things, but we're using larger numbers. So if you're a saver and you are not a savvy investor, gold's probably for you. If you have debt and you're paying interest on that debt, I don't know if you should be buying gold right now. I've seen people say, you know, I've taken out liens on my house to buy gold, or sometimes they'll say I've taken out loans to buy cryptocurrency. But gold is a savings metal. You want to buy it as a form of savings. I'll tell you another great example. I have guys come in maybe every Friday and they'll buy a piece of gold and they'll just say, hey, I am not good with money. If it's in my pocket, I'm gonna spend it. So they may come in and buy a gram of gold every Friday. $100, they're beautiful 1 gram pamp golds. You're gonna pay a super high premium in buying it in that shape and size, that small fractional, but you're not gonna spend it at the bar or over the weekend on whatever you're doing. You're gonna put stuff away. Other guys who might come in once a month or once a week and buy a 10th ounce gold eagle. And you should always, if you have money, buy 1 ounce pieces. I believe it makes sense. You're buying it for insurance, you're buying it for safety, and it's the cheapest form that you can buy. So when people ask me like, hey, I think I should buy gold, here's my circumstances, I don't just want to make the sale. That's not really my business. I don't like selling people things. I want them to come in and buy. So if somebody says, I want to buy some gold, should I buy it? I don't know. I'm not going to give you sound answers on should you buy it. I want to take your order. I want to tell you why people, different circumstances, why they would be a buyer of gold, why they would not be a buyer of gold. If you're somebody that comes in, you're like, hey, everybody's telling me buy this gold. By this time next year, it should be up to this amount. Or in 2 years, this silver is gonna double. That's probably not a very good gold buyer, okay? You wanna buy it just, hey, I got extra money. I've worked hard. I don't wanna lose it. I want insurance. I want peace of mind. And if you, I will tell you that I try to put away 1 roll of gold eagles every year. And that's just part of my savings. I'm not a great investor. I'm probably a lazy investor. So I'm a saver, but I'm not gonna save in money because that's going backwards. By the way, this is a roll of gold Krugrands and running a special today and tomorrow. If you come in, I will sell you these Krugrands for probably $40 or $50 over the spot price because I have an abundance and I'd like to get rid of some. Gold is not really selling that great for us right now. Some people perceive that it's high. Some people perceive that a lot of the threats in the world are calming down a little bit. The elections in the US are behind us. So there are, in our store, a lot more sellers than buyers. Other people, you come in and you stack these 1 gram gold pieces. That's beautiful. They're small, right? You buy 1 at a time. It's not in a card like that. We give a little bit of a discount for that. You're like, there's a little tiny, but there's a couple ounces here. So if you've been saving gold grams like that and putting it away, you got something. There's all kinds of different forms, right? So people, we got these half grams, 1 grams, 10 grams, 5 grams. These are making great Christmas presents this time of year. You buy these kids, you don't know what to get them, your grandkids, your teenage kids. And these are some fantastic packaged items. We got them in 5 gram, 2.5 gram, 10 gram. If you wanted a 2.5 gram as a present, it's gonna be under $250. Beautiful packaging. It looks like something significant. You can wrap this as a present. You open it up, you're like, oh man, that's gold. Great teaching moments. Yeah, if you are great in business and you're wheeling and dealing, if you're buying exotic cars, you know how to make money, you probably don't want to have a ton of gold. You may still want the peace of mind, the insurance, and if you're a millionaire, you're like, I got 100 grand in gold just because. It does offer that insurance peace of mind. But if you are making money with your money and you're good at it, gold is just more a form of a savings. One of the greatest lessons I learned with gold, perfect example of how to use it, is if you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, and these are your premium income earning years, and let's just say you can afford to buy 1 ounce of gold every month. And so for a decade, you buy 1 ounce of gold every month. That is a lot of gold. And so fast forward, now you're 70. And you thought you put away well, and maybe you did put things away well. You planned well. But you're 70 years old, and the cost, you're on a fixed income, the cost of living keeps going greater. You don't want to, cut back, or you still want to bless the grandkids, but now you're not making that kind of money, but you sell 1 ounce of gold every month for a decade. And that's just part of your pension plan. That's part of your retirement lifestyle. And so you don't have to settle for less because you were wise back then, making a lot of money, you were saving. And now when you're not making a lot of money, you're coming in, you sell 1 ounce of gold every month. And that keeps your lifestyle where you want it. And I learned that from seems like a basic principle, but I learned that from an older little Italian man who would come in once a month with a smile on his face, and he would sell me 1 Krugerrand. And I thought, man, that is the perfect use of why you would buy gold and silver. And so I don't know what more I would want to say today. Looking around here, there's some awesome little pieces. This is a 25 gram thing together. This little chunky thing is a 50 gram gold bar. It doesn't seem like it. This is a 1 ounce piece of gold. Gold is so small and compact and heavy and precious. So if you opened up your box 30 years from now and you just see a plethora of all this stuff, you will not be sad that you bought gold. But it's not for everybody, right? So if you're on a timeline, you're buying gold, like, oh, my daughter's getting married in 3 years, or my first child's going to college in 4 years. You don't want to be against the wall of when you might have to sell gold. You want to be able to dictate on your timing that, okay, the market's aligned and I want to be able to sell when I want to sell. I don't want to be back against the wall. And so one other thing I want to talk about this time of year, you guys probably heard me say it before. My wife and I have been busy just working in our community with some of the different organizations that we work with, There are so many people out there that live life at a way lower lifestyle than a lot of us do. And so if you're the kind of person where if you lost $100, you wouldn't even notice it, there are people out there that don't know how they could come up with an extra $100. So look around, try to find a way to bless other people. Those of us have been given much, we should give also. And so get involved in your local charities. I appreciate that you guys come check us out. If you're in the area, come to the store, let's wheel and deal. I am a motivated seller. I want to sell you some gold, bring your cash. Subscribe, like, share this, and you guys, Merry Christmas.